Hey y'all, my name is Ashley and today I'm going to be sharing my fall favorites when it comes to makeup and beauty. So I'm going to be sharing some palettes, I've got some blushes, some lip products, and even though they are not new, these are fall products that I use year after year. So if you want to see what's on my list, then keep on watching. Now, these products are not in any particular order. I'm not really good at like the whole favorites when it comes to ranking because I just don't have like a number one favorite. And that's just not how I do things. But I do have a list in front of me. I am gonna start off with the more neutral palettes. Kind of, for some people, these are gonna be boring palettes, but I do have quite a few color palettes on here as well. So for the neutrals, I have 4 palettes. 2 of them are going to be from Patrick Ta. So I do have the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Volume 1. Now this palette is all of your like warm browns, nudes. You've got a row of shimmer and metallics. You do have 2 cream shadows right here and then a row of just mattes. So this is perfect for an easy, warm fall look. And you've got your shimmers and your mattes. So if you want to, if you're not super adventurous or you just want a more neutral look for like the daytime or depending on what you're doing, this is a great palette to grab along with this next one. This is going to be the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions Volume 2. Sorry about the reflection. It's really hard to share these mirrored palettes, but this one's going to be warm again, but these are gonna have some more pink tones in it. And just like the other palette, you've got a row of mattes and then you've got a row of shimmers and then 2 cream shades. So kind of the same concept within both, just depending on what color story you're feeling that day. But these are very neutral, but they come in handy to have for a neutral look or even to combine with other palettes that have like shimmery shades. The next 2 are from Huda Beauty. Again, 2 neutral eyeshadow palettes. This first one is going to be the Naughty palette. So this is more, again, warm nudes. This one's a little bit more exciting than the Patrick Ta palettes because you do have quite a few shimmers and different depths. But this is also kind of similar to the Volume 2 from Patrick Ta because these all have kind of like rosy pink tones as well while keeping it neutral. Now this one is warm and neutral, but this is more of like your golden neutrals. And this is the Empowered palette from Huda Beauty. Again, neutrals, but these are all really warm and gold shades. And I find gold a beautiful tone for fall on any skin tone and any eyeshadow look. I don't know, I just associate gold with fall. That's just how my mind works. Now, this stack of palettes is going to be both like neutrals and color. So the first one, and this is one that I have on my eyes today, it is a palette that I reach for often since I purchased it. And this is going to be from Melt Cosmetics with the collaboration of Bailey Sarian. So this is the first collaboration. This is the Fatally Yours. And in here you have, these are all mattes, but these have such beautiful, warm, like kind of grungy tones that are perfect for fall. Like today I used the shade Thallium and Serum. If you want to see how I did it all, that would be the video that I posted yesterday. But I find that these are like the perfect tones to build a base for a fall look. Now this one is from Natasha Denona. This is the My Dream palette. This one's got quite a few neutrals in it, but you do have like some pops of those deeper burgundies in here and like a shifty duochrome pink shade up here. This shade kind of shifts from pink to green. I'm trying to get it to go green. I'm not very good at the sharing and showing how the shifty shades work. Maybe if I swatch it. So it's just like pink to green, kind of like an oil slick kind of look to it. I love the burgundy shade for fall. So you've got your burgundies right here, and then you got a little bit of gold as well. Now, this next palette is an older palette, but it is perfect for fall. So if this is something that's in your collection, maybe you should go and pull it out and try to use it this season. But this is from Tati Beauty. I guess like now that she's now coming out with makeup brushes, I'm sure this remake is not far from it. But this is the Textured Neutrals Volume 1. So I like to use this for the fall because you have your oranges and your burgundies up here, but then like this deeper warm brown. And then this palette's really great because you have 4 different formulas with what, 6 different shades. So you've got your mattes, your, I believe she calls them a sequin metallic and then the glitters up here. I don't know why I put this in this category, but I put this for neutrals and color. And this is the Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley palette. This one, you do have some neutrals in here, but it's mostly color. So you've got your browns and yellows, your reds, your shimmery yellow and orange, and then the greens, and then just some neutrals up here. This is one of my favorite palettes. I cannot say it's my favorite palette because I cannot put a palette up there, but this is definitely one of my favorites for fall, and I've already used it. Like, already used it this season. So now the fun stuff. So these are all the colored palettes. Now I do have two more from Nomad, since we're already talking about Nomad. I own a lot of palettes from Nomad. I have like an entire drawer filled with Nomad Cosmetics palettes. I am one of those people who do buy almost every single launch. So this one is the Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes. This palette is gorgeous. Okay, so you have your fall shades in there, and then you also have some blues, but surprisingly, they mix really nicely with like the yellows and reds with this palette. But this row right here is like perfect for fall, and so is this bottom one. But like I said, these bluey green tones mix really nicely with the reds and yellows. And then this Diamond Fuji shade right here is so beautiful. It's like this iridescent diamondy look. It looks fantastic just all over the lid. It has a beautiful sparkle to it. It's like a translucent base with tiny diamonds all over it. I love it. So the last Nomad palette in this video is going to be Ghost Town USA. Now you're like, oh, it's because it's a Halloween launch. No, I'm actually gonna do a Halloween faves. Just because this palette has like a Halloween vibe to it doesn't mean I resonate it for Halloween. I just resonate this palette for fall. And that's because you got these moody, grungy tones in here. And to me, this screams fall more than it screams Halloween. And that's just my personal opinion. Especially when you've got like these moody, bluey greens up here and then these cool tones down here. I just really enjoy this for a fall look over a Halloween look. And it's just, it is one of my favorite Nomad palettes. Not my favorite Nomad palette, but one of my favorites. Now, this is like another collaboration palette, and I actually don't really own, I don't think I own any other Ofra eyeshadow palettes, but I do own this one. And this is with the collaboration of Ali Dawson. And this is the Falling in Love palette. I mean, I really don't have to explain this, but it's just screams fall. But just like the Fiji palette, it has like this beautiful shimmer shade that's like white gold. Now, I'm pretty sure I mention this palette every time I do a fall favorites, but this is the Melt Cosmetics Bad Side Zodiac Fire palette. This is also on my eyes today. And this, I mean, it really doesn't need an explanation. It is a fall palette because you've got your browns, yellows, reds, everything in here to make your eye look like a leaf is the best way I can explain it. And I love Melt Cosmetics. It's like another one of those brands that I don't buy every launch, but I buy quite a bit from the brand. Now, this one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is the Fall Romance palette. And this one is like a little bit different when it comes to the color story, but it has like the burgundies and the greens and the golds in here. It doesn't scream fall for me like in September, but fall for me in November when it's like closer to the holiday season. And that's just kind of what I get from this palette. But I absolutely, now I can tell you right now, this is my favorite Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And I know I said I didn't like to put things at favorites, but from the brand, this one is definitely my favorite one from them. And the newer formula from Anastasia Beverly Hills is way better than their iconic period. But when they had Modern Renaissance and like all of those palettes and like the velvet packaging, like this newer formula from them is like way better. So then I also have the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Dollhouse palette on my list because you have like these muted tones that are light to deep, but really can make a beautiful grungy fall look. And I like the grungy looks, like I'm a fan of it. I mean, look at my look today. It's like kind of a grungy fall vibe. And I just feel like this palette is one of those ones that I pick up from Blend Bunny more than other palettes that I have from the brand during the fall season. Now I will pull this palette out and say it's a favorite for every season because I use this palette constantly. This is also on my eyes today. And this is from Danessa Myricks. This is the Lightwork Volume 6, the Freedom palette. I really love this palette. I love every shade in this palette. This palette is well used, that's why she's kind of messy, but I specifically love this 6 pan right here for fall. I actually have this orange shade on my eyes today, but it is this shade right here, and it's like an orange, gold, green shift, but it has like a bit of a translucent base. It does come off really orange on the eyes, but you have to have a shade underneath it to kind of pull the orange out, if that makes sense. Now, this is the last eyeshadow palette I have on my list, and this is from ColourPop, and this is the first collection they did for Hocus Pocus. They had 3 of them, okay? This one's the Gather Around Sisters, and just like the Ghost Town USA palette from Nomad, this one doesn't scream Halloween to me, but it definitely screams fall with like these deeper jewel tones for sure, because you have like the maroons, the purples, like the dirty greens in here, which to me scream fall more than they scream Halloween. Now for blushes. Now I love blush. I love blush more than I love highlighter. I used to be the other way around. Like I have an absurd amount of highlighters and now I have an absurd amount of blushes, but I do love to put blush on more than I do put, like today I have no highlighter on. I just have a lot of blush on. So the first product is going to be like a minimal blush. And this is just a product that I really love in general, but the shade is perfect for fall. And it is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush Blush Drops in the shade Berry Flush. I love a berry tone blush in the fall. And this one is just perfect for like the flush of color for a more minimal look, like out the door. And sticking with like that shade, I also love the MAC Glow Play Blush in the shade Rosie Does It. So this one's going to be a little bit more purple and still have a nice glow to the skin, but this has a lot more pigment than the Glow Recipe and blends like a dream. And even though it's like more of a cream to powder kind of blush, it does play nicely on top of a already powdered and set face. Now this next one, you get the best of both worlds because you're gonna get your cream and then you get your powder. And this is from Patrick Ta in the Double Take Cream and Powder Blush Duo in the shade She's Wanted. So this one's a little bit more red compared to the MAC one, but it's the shade range that I really like for blushes for this time of year. So this next one is from Pat McGrath, and this is one of like the Divine Blush Duos. I don't even know if this product's still available, I'm being very honest, but I do really enjoy a Pat McGrath product, okay? I love the luxury of it, and I know that she's now like in charge of like the Louis Vuitton makeup, but now I feel like this is like the bargain version of Louis Vuitton makeup, and no, I don't plan on trying it. I do not plan on spending that kind of money on a fucking quad. That's where they lost me. They didn't lose me at the lipstick. They lost me at the price of the fucking quad. But I feel like you're gonna get the similar formula since she's in charge and she has her own brand. And that's just my opinion without trying the products. But this blush duo is in the shade Night Bloom. So in here you get like a beautiful red and purple. And then you could rather just like dip in one side, kind of put one color up here and then use the other shade to blend it. Or you can kind of swish your brush around because these two shades look really nice mixed together. But it's like a perfect fall cozy blush. I know that's weird to call a blush cozy, but I feel like when you're doing your fall makeup, everything's like more glam. And everything's a little bit, and everything's like warmer and I don't know, like it just goes with a fall look. Now this is the last single blush I have and it is like similar colors. This one is from ColourPop and it is one of their Super Shock blushes. This one is in collaboration with Snow White. So this is going to be the shade Just Rosy and it's just a very similar shade to all the other blushes I shared. This one's like super glowy though. So you can totally skip the highlighter with this. I skip the highlighter a lot. Now this one is going to be my blush palette that I reach for and this is what's actually on my face today. This is the Blend Bunny Bare Cheeks palette and all of these blushes are just, I know they're kind of like dull, but they're highly pigmented and they're just like, again, like a cozier feel when it comes to blush. And I just feel like all these shades match a fall look, no matter where you're going. Today I used both of these orange shades with the deeper orange like out here and then kind of blended it out with the lighter, softer orange. Now for lippies, I have a type, okay? So I like the deeper reds, the browns. I'm not like the biggest fan of like the paler nudes. It's just not the way I go. I like a vampy lip. I like a bold lip, as you can tell. So I want to start off with my bullet lippies that I love. And 2 of them are going to be from Melt Cosmetics, and these are nudes. I don't wear a nude lip all the time, but when I do, these are 2 shades I reach for. One is going to be the shade Tease. So this one's going to be a little bit more peachy. So this is going to be the shade Tease. Like, to me, that's like a little bit more peachy, especially when I swatch it next to the next melt shade, because this one's kind of like a dirty nude. And you're going to see when I swatch it. So this is in the shade Lose My Number. And I definitely prefer this one over the first one, but I do wear both. But as you can tell, this one's like, I don't know how to explain it except where it's like dirtier than this nude. But I do like this look. It's very grungy. I do have one from MAC, and it is my favorite MAC lipstick that I own. It's my favorite MAC lipstick that they've ever come out with. And this is unfortunately a shade that you cannot buy. Okay, I have a backup of this product because it is part of like the Viva Glam line, in which those are not permanent shades, and those are the shades that go to charity. And it's funny because the collaboration for this lipstick, I do not like this person. I do not like the celebrity at all, but I really love this shade. So this is in the collaboration with Ariana Grande, and this is the first collaboration she did. So this is an older lipstick, but you know what? It smells fine and it still works, okay? This is a and look, and I'm wasting my beautiful favorite lipstick by doing a swatch. But this is just a beautiful, vampy, purple, almost black lippy. I love this shade. I love this product so much that I took the time to bedazzle the base of it. It did not come like this. I did that. Now, this is the last like lipstick formula. Not like a liquid lip, but lipstick like bullet form. And this one is from Hourglass. And I recently looked it up, and I think Hourglass is like discontinuing these like Slim Confession lipsticks. I love this. Like, I love a slim lipstick. This is in the shade You Inspire. This is actually a holiday collection from a few years ago. So this shade is actually a limited edition shade as well, like the MAC. But this is just a really beautiful, deep berry lipstick. Now, I have 3 liquid lipsticks that I absolutely love. I am wearing one of them today. The first one, this is not the one. I'll share that one last. So this is from Give by Gwen Stefani, which this brand, I'm so confused on what's going on because you can't really buy it. It's always saying it's out of stock and it's on sale at Sephora. But for some strange reason, during a sale, like a Labor Day weekend sale, a Sephora sale, these products randomly show back up in stock in the sale section so you can get it even more discounted. I don't know. During the last Sephora sale, I was able to buy this shade as a backup and then another shade that I didn't own. So it could be possible it might show up again. Who knows? But this is in the shade Tartan. This is just a beautiful deep red. So it's going to be this shade here. It's actually very similar to You Inspire from Hourglass. It's just a little bit deeper. So this next one is from Fenty, and this is like the Velvet Fenty Icons. I don't think this one, I don't know, I don't think there's a lot of shades in this line. I'm not quite sure. I only own this one, but I do love this shade, and it has like a gorgeous velvet finish. This is in the shade Breadwinner, and this is just a deep chocolate brown, and I would rather wear like a deep brown over a pale nude any day. I'm not a pale nude kind of girly when it comes to lipsticks. But it's this shade right here. And I almost wore this one today. But then I was like looking at my look and I ended up going with this one here. And this is also from Fenty, but this is in the Stunna Lip Paint formula. And this shade is the shade Underdog. I guess I don't really need to swatch it because it's on my lips. So it's just a really deep burgundy that almost comes off as like a brown, but it's like a burgundy brown. All right, I'm like getting towards the end of my list, which is great because I need some water and my Stanley is empty. Okay, I have 3 glosses in front of me. This first one is from Maybelline. This is the Lifter Gloss. Like, the Lifter Gloss is pretty popular, but this shade is gorgeous. This is in the shade Taffy, and it's just a gorgeous berry red. And this looks really nice when you like put a complimentary lip liner on. You take that lip liner and you blend it as much as you can towards the center of your lips and then pop this on without color. This is gorgeous. Now, these last 2 are actually going to be plumpers. And this is a gorgeous shade. I used to be a huge fan of these Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps, and I still like them, but I'm telling you now, the MAC ones are where it's at. Those are like the Squirt Plumping Gloss Sticks. I love those way more than these, but the shade selection is, there's less to choose from MAC for sure. And this one's a shimmery formula. So this is in the shade Rosy Copper Shimmer Glass. And it is a nude shimmer, but it applies really nicely on top of other lippies, and it gives you a gorgeous sparkle, which is why I like this one. I don't know. I think this one I got in like a gift set, so I don't know if these shimmery ones are like a permanent line there. But out of all the formulas, this one was definitely my favorite from Tarte, like over just like the plain colors or the pH ones. Like I like the ones with the sparkle. And like I said, it looks really nice on other shades on your lips. The last one. So this is from Fenty. This is a gloss balm, like the heat spicy ones. And this is in the shade Fenty Glow. So it's just your nude one. But this one looks really nice on top of the browns. Or if you're doing like that minimal look and you're not, you know, the less is more kind of thing, this is a beautiful shade to wear just with a lip liner. So it's gonna be this shade right here. I feel like that was a lot of favorites. And like I said, I couldn't rank them because I'm not the kind of person who can rank their makeup. But these are the products that, and I understand nothing on this list was new. And that's because these are products that I've consistently used for this season, like for years. So if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And until next time, bye y'all.